Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to our beautiful book, which we are doing, the Ikigai, written by Hector Gracia and Francis Morales. Two lovely people who are bringing us this lovely secret from Japan, secret to a long and a happy life. So you attended the first lesson last week, and I will just summarize it in a minute. Basically, these two people, they observed that people living here in Japan, in these little islands, they lived a very long life, and that too healthy, active, happy, without any stress, without any diseases. So they were very curious to know that what could be the reason? What could be the reason that these people are not facing any hardships and they're living in this Okinawa place, and maybe there were one or two villages which really had a lot number of people who were above 100 years of age. So they wanted to check, and when they saw, they were so delighted, that it was so simple. There was no कोई बहुत बड़ा complicated ways नहीं थे how they were trying to live happily. Very simple reasons. Simple reasons means it's just that they never retired. They were always busy doing something and helping each other, and helping nature. In fact, the irony was this was the place which was bombarded during the Second World War, and many people had died. But they have come out of those miseries, and that had taught them to help each other financially, emotionally, physically. So they were always ready to help each other, uplifting each other, living in a community, enjoying themselves. So these are very basic, simple reasons. Okay. So now we go ahead in the second chapter. The second chapter, as the title suggests, what is it? What is the title? Somebody? Let me see where you are. How much you are in the class?
Anti-aging.
What? Anti-aging?
Yes.
Secrets. So the title only, makes us curious to know, because everybody wants to remain young and not look old and keep the wrinkles away and, look beautiful. So anti-aging. So what do? We buy anti-aging creams, and people who can afford, they go into treatments, they go into procedures. They get Botox injected into their skins, or nowadays they've even started reconstructing their noses, their chins, their jaws, the double chins and everything like that. So all this costs a lot of money. Yeah. So what if we find secrets where we don't have to spend a fortune and still we can remain young, even if it is going to be within an old body? Because now we are all meditators. We all have understood that we are not just the physical body. We are much, much beyond that, much, much more than that. So we are not concentrating only on this physical body of ours. We are trying to go within. We are going to try and go beyond and try and remain young at every level. So interested in knowing a few secrets of
yes, ma'am,
anti-aging? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. So I have created a few slides which I will like to share. A minute. Yeah. Okay. So here we come to the second chapter. Can you see this, everyone?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So anti-aging secrets, little things that add up to a long and a happy life. This diagram we had seen last time too. This just summarizes the entire book. That how do you find your Ikigai? How do you find that what is going to keep you kicking for a very long time, right? So each of us are unique. We don't have to imitate each other. We don't have to imitate. We are all unique individuals, born with our own talents. So we have to go within ourselves to find out our own talents, what is within us, which could be our Ikigai, which could be that little secret which is going to keep us active, just a second. Yeah. What is that secret which is going to keep us active for very, very long? So that now I'm just going ahead with the second chapter. Okay. So aging's escape velocity. Any clue? Anybody? You've heard it. What is he trying to say? So how we want to escape the aging velocity, the speed of aging. How do we do that? Now he just says that to understand this concept, he says, just visualize that we are proceeding in our own speed. Hum apni speed se bade ho rahe hain. And there is a sign जिसके ऊपर हमारी age लिखी हुई है when we are going to die. It could be 70, 80, 90, 100, whatever. So suppose it is written there that Jasbir is going to die when she's going to be 90. So there is a board which is somewhere, and I am slowly, I am approaching it year by year by year. And when I reach that sign, I will die. Okay. But now he says, just imagine that there's a little rabbit who's holding that sign and who is moving ahead. Got it? So, and we are behind it. Now, suppose we approach 1 year and that rabbit approaches half the year. So, thoda sa hamara age बढ़ गया. He has taken that sign beyond us. Now, suppose that rabbit is able to take that sign 1 year ahead. As we move 1 year ahead, we will never meet. So we become immortal. So we are escaping that velocity. We are escaping that aging. So what is that rabbit? That rabbit is the technology. The advancement of technology is elongating our life. Now, some of the scientists are with this, and some of them are not too much with this. They're saying that whatever we do, as much as we are able to, advance our technology, we will not be able to live beyond 120 years because our cells stop multiplying after the age of 120 years. That is their threshold. Okay. So all said and done, even if you do get 120 years, I think it's not a bad bargain. So let us go ahead and try and find out how do we at least reach 120 years. Okay. So now these are the little secrets where we won't have to spend a lot of money on creams or beauty products, on medicines, or any procedures, painful procedures, lengthy procedures, but we can still remain active in a youthful body. When I say youthful body, I mean, even if there are visible wrinkles, or even if you do start looking a little frail, but your body can still be youthful, full of life, full of zest, which is so much more important than just having a beautiful skin and having a diseased body within. So now, how do we have an active and a youthful mind? He says, we all know a sound mind in a sound body. बहुत बार सुना है हमने. Now, how do we get a sound mind in a sound body? Body exercises we all know. We do, we do push-ups, we do running, jogging, whatever. But how do you do workout of your mind? We know we've just done it for an hour. How do we do the workout of the mind? Let's make it interactive, people. You can speak.
By meditation.
Yeah, meditation is a beautiful tool we have to do the workout of our mind. But this neuroscientist said that these brain cells, this is a neuron. I'm not going to go too much into the biology. This is the neuron. These neurons are emitting certain electric currents, which slowly slows down as we age. But if we continue doing our mental workouts, we go on creating new neural connections. When we did the book Mind to Matter on PMC Gujarat, we heard of a new term which is called neuroplasticity. So biology says, doctors say that after one particular age, the neurons or the nerve cells stop dividing. Okay. But neuroplasticity, as the word suggests, with meditation, we can make it plastic, make it more, moldable. We can extend the number of the time where these neuro cells become more active and youthful. But how do you do that? What is the workout? As Kiran ma'am said, meditation. And secondly is use it or lose it. Means we have to keep using our brain. What happens normally, we get used to one kind of living, one kind of cooking, one kind of dressing up, one kind of the way we look, one kind of talking, one kind of entertainment. Then what happens, your life is running on an autopilot. Example you see in your YouTube, the kind of videos you see, the YouTube starts serving you the same easily. You've noticed that? Artificial intelligence. आपको कोई online shopping करनी है, any one kind of product, if you're searching, your computer will go on giving you the same products automatically, as if it has understood what you want. So your effort starts reducing because it is on an autopilot. Now, for example, one kind of cooking. हम लोग cooking करते हैं kitchen में. Our cooking is 80% the same every day. So half the time we don't even have to use our brains what we are doing. Unconsciously we are making tea, unconsciously we are making our sabjis and dal and whatever. We know how to do it and our body knows and our brain knows, and we don't even have to put an effort. It's on an autopilot. You're driving to work, you know the route so well. Your car automatically goes on that route. You're thinking of something else. You're talking to your friends and you're driving. You know where you're going. It's only when you go on an adventure drive, when you're going on unknown terrains, तब आपको ढूंढने पड़ते हैं roads, maps and all that. Then your brain is working. When you're driving on the same roads, your brain is not working. Okay? So neuroplasticity means when you keep on giving your brain new tasks to do. For example, in lockdown, we all felt so uplifted. People who had to learn new techniques. नहीं तो हम एक stereotype में चल रहे थे. We teachers, we used to teach in that same stereotype, chalk and board, go into the class, keep quiet children, take out your books. We used to write something on the board, explain something, come back. And this is what we were doing year after year after year. But came the lockdown, we got an opportunity to upskill ourselves, to learn new techniques, learn Zoom, learn this, learn that. 3 years back, none of us knew how to operate the Zoom. Or how to even, we had forgotten how to make these presentations. We used to do it when we were students or something. I never did it that time also, tab to computers hi nahi. So that is what is neuroplasticity when you do new things, okay? So when you create new surroundings, so these neurons, they start dividing. Now, you need not go into too much of this. So usse hota kya hai, you know, when we are doing new exciting things. So we are also trying to reduce our stress, because stress is actually the main killer of longevity. Have you seen some young people who look so old? Sometimes we have seen young people, 40, 45, 35. They have such a serious look on their face. They look so old. In fact, yesterday, day before, I had just gone with my sister to Marks and Spencer. There was this guy on the desk. He had I'm sure he was not even 30. He must have been 31, 32. But he had such a grumpy face, the saddest face I've ever seen. No smile. He was absolutely like I don't know. I couldn't resist myself. I had to tell him. I said, look here, relax. Don't take life so seriously. What's wrong? So his colleagues just started laughing. They said, ma'am, ye aisa hi hai. Okay, come on, yeah, smile. You're looking so stressed. I mean, I'm feeling guilty giving you work to make this bill or something. So what I'm trying to say is that some young people, they look so old because they're taking life so seriously. When you're taking life so heavily and seriously, just imagine the entire universe, then the planets, and then the earth, and then our country, and then our city, and then our colony. We are not even dust. We are a tiny particle. और हमें लग रहा है the entire universe is depending on us. Nobody cares. So just relax. This life is not to be so stressed. हम छोटी सी problem का इतना stress ले लेते हैं. Now here on this slide, what I'm trying to explain is the end of these chromosomes. At least this much everybody knows that we have chromosomes. And the end of the chromosomes is called a telomere, which is a protective covering. Something like, if you compare it with shoelaces, shoelace के end में वो hard सा part होता है, which protects the shoelace. वो निकल जाए, then the shoelace starts unweave हो जाता है सारा, वो खुल जाता है. Yeah? Can you imagine that plastic thing at the end of the shoelace? Similarly, at the end of these chromosomes, we have this little thing which is called the telomere. Now, this starts reducing with age. The number of times a cell divides, this telomere starts reducing. And by the time we are older, it has become very tiny, and then that's why the cell division stops. Okay? But with our meditation, with our mindful breathing, which we do, the stress reduces. And the minute the stress starts reducing, the bad stress reducing, these telomeres, they stop degenerating. In fact, they start regenerating. So once these telomeres start regenerating, cell division starts again, and that is what keeps you youthful. Have you understood this?
Yes, I'm clear.
Okay. So, yeah, Sonika. So that is why, Sonika, I keep telling you, don't frown in school. Remember? So that is what is happening. When we are so much under stress all the time, we are reducing the length of this telomere. And because of that, your cell division will stop and you will start looking old. So our meditation helps us to reduce our stress, and because of that, our aging also stops. Now, next, stress क्या होता है? Stress, थोड़ा सा life में stress हमें चाहिए. जब हमें बहुत कोई problematic situation में आ जाते हैं, we need to be, see, all stress is not bad. Sometimes we are faced by some kind of a problem where we have to decide fight or flight. I have already explained this a number of times before. Do you remember fight and flight? Whenever there is some problem in our life, कुछ आ जाए, अभी आप चल रहे हैं, आपके सामने suddenly एक lion आ जाता है. You can't just sit there and do meditation. You either have to run away from there, which is more sensible because you cannot face the lion. Or if you can face that problem, you are supposed to stay there and fight. So that is a very useful reaction. This fight and flight. So क्या होता क्या है fight and flight जब होता है? See, I'm just reading it from the book itself. It explains it. This is a useful reaction, as it helps us survive in hostile surroundings. Over the course of our evolution, we have used this response to deal with difficult situations and to flee from predators. जब हम cavemen होते थे, तब तो we just had to keep ourselves safe from wild animals. See, I will stop, say another 5-10 minutes, and then if I'm not able to finish this chapter, we will continue it next time. Okay? So, or you people can decide when you want to stop. So this fight and flight was a built-in mechanism which helped us to escape from predators, basically. The alarm that goes off in our head makes a neuron active activate the pituitary gland, which produces hormones that release corticotropin, which in turn circulates through the body via the sympathetic nervous system. The adrenal glands is then triggered to release adrenaline and cortisols. This I've already explained many a times before. So adrenaline raises our respiratory rate and pulse and prepares our muscles for action, getting the body ready to react to perceived danger. While cortisol increases the release of dopamine and blood glucose, which is what gets us charged up and allows us to face challenges. Now, this is required. लेकिन जब ये होता है, इसका side effect ये है कि other things stop because you need all the energy and power to run. So your digestive system slows down. Your other things which are not required at time, your thinking capacity, how you're analyzing things, all that stops. आप एकदम reflex में react करते हो. So it is good for at that particular moment. It is very good. But imagine if you stay in that situation throughout the day. Throughout the day, your digestive system is not working properly. You will get acidity. You will get indigestion. So stress जब required है, सिर्फ तब required होना चाहिए. Now the irony is, जो cavemen होते थे, they used to take the stress only to save themselves from predators. Now हम stress किस बात के लिए लेते हैं? For every tiny thing. Electricity चली गई. Inverters not working. We are under stress. We are not reaching in time somewhere. We are stuck in a jam. We are in a stress. Our net is not working. We come under stress. So our predators have changed. Our predators are there throughout the day. Okay? So this I've already explained to you. Hota kya hai tab? The brain appraises a situation as threatened and endangered. The lower brain structure secretes a stress hormone, जो मैंने भी बताया, corticotropin. The stress hormone signals the adrenal glands to secrete adrenaline. This causes the muscles to tense, their heart to beat faster, and the liver to send out sugar to be used in the muscles. So, जो चीजें हमें जरूरत है, that happens when we are in that stressful mode. But इससे और सब क्या होता है? When we are under stress, उस time पे हमारी heartbeat has increased, breathing rate increases so that we get more blood in our muscles. It increases our physical performance. हमारे हाथ पैर, sometimes when you are confronted with in danger, आपके हाथ पैर बहुत अच्छे से चलते हैं. And you're surprised at yourself, कि अरे मैं इतनी तेज कैसे भागा? I have problem in my knees, I can't run. But आपके पीछे कोई wild dog या कुछ आ जाए, you will run. Okay? So, all these are again the same thing, what really happens when you're in the fight or flight mode. Dilation of pupil, dry mouth, fast breathing, heart pounding, tense muscles, slow digestion, sweating of palms. All this you all understand. Now the cave dwellers used to run only when they saw a wild animal. और अब आज की डेट में we see a lot of wild animals around us. Everything. The net not working is as good as a tiger in front of us. Okay? So अब हमारा stress जो है, all these are the wild animals around us. Just take a look. आप कितनों के साथ resonate कर रहे हो यहाँ पे? Yes? When we get angry, we are stressed. हमारे पैसे कम हो जाते हैं, we are stressed. Overweight हो जाए, we are stressed. We are lonely, we are stressed. We are cheated, we are stressed. Irritated, moody, lost, depression. All these are the lines around us. And at any given point of time, हम इनमें से कुछ भी एक उठा के हम under stress रहे. So now, I think you have understood. इतना सारा stress में रहने से, obviously your stress level is going to be high and your body is going to be unwell. Excuse me, just give me a second, please. Yes. So, do you agree? हम लोग ज़्यादा time stress में रह रहे हैं than our ancestors. जो cavemen थे, cavemen से आगे भी आ जाइए, our, all our ancestors, our great grandfathers, our grandfathers. Do we have more reason of stress now than before?
Yes.
So now we have more reason to be under stress. Okay. So we have to decide, are we going to be mindful, be in the present moment, or are we going to be, our mind is going to be full of all these reasons which is giving us stress. Decision is yours. दोनों में से जो आप choose करेंगे, accordingly your brain will function. And I've already explained to you what is neuroplasticity. And what really happens when you're in that fight and fright mode, what are the hormones which are being secreted, how they are affecting the rest of your body. So stress, mind and body को हम separate नहीं कर सकते. What is going on in our mind is going to affect our body. This is called psychosomatic now. Obviously, eventually, if all the time you're going to stay in stress, आपके body organs are going to start getting affected. And eventually we are going to invite diseases, old age, and then obviously we can forget about the longevity and the youthfulness which we were talking about. I hope this makes you think a little. So very often human beings are living like an autopilot, reacting automatically with what happens. What interests me about the life of an explorer is you are in the unknown, you are out of your habits. So we really don't know what is going to happen the next moment. Even if we have planned so much, still we have to be ready to face the unknown. And what is best to prepare yourself, but meditation, to be able to face the unknown. So we are in a better position. So हमने ये autopilot में भी नहीं रहना है. We are going to shake our routine, but not the same thing day in and day out. So brain को काम करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती है, you know. हम autopilot में रहते हैं, our brain doesn't work. You know, our brains don't have to work. ठीक है? So should we stop here or you want me to continue? Tell me. We have a lot of points more. अभी इसी पे ही हम थोड़ा ponder कर लें, discuss कर लें. That's better. And I will continue next time.
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. So how many of you resonate to what we did today? I'm stopping here at the autopilot. Yeah. So just 3-4 minutes if you want to discuss something here. You कहीं आपको कुछ click किया. It was a very, very simple concept, basically.
Yes, everything is relatable.
Yeah. So all the people जिनको आप कहते हैं ना मन में mentor करते हैं कि oh I would like to be like this person, he's so energetic at this age and all that. So just try and think ऐसा वो क्या कर रहे हैं which you are not doing, या ऐसा वो क्या नहीं कर रहे हैं जो आप कर रहे हो. Got it?
Yes.
So with that much of pondering and inner introspection, I'll leave you today. Thoda sa socho, what are the reasons? We all want to remain young, we all want to remain healthy, but we've got to do something also about it, right? If you're not doing anything about it, it won't happen on its own. वो तो on its own तो फिर जो है natural procedure वैसे ही रहेगा. Why is it you people get so, sometimes हम देखते हैं कईयों को 80-year-old हैं, 90-year-old हैं, and they look so nice, youthful, happy. So they understood all these things well in time. अभी भी nothing is lost. Nothing is lost. Wherever we are, अगर हम अभी भी थोड़ा सा introspect कर ले and इस चीज को understand कर ले. I think this is a real practical book for us at this point in our lives. We are all above middle age, going towards middle age. Some of us are way beyond middle age. Whatever time we have left, let us live with full zeal, right? And awareness, so that we are able to reduce our aging process. Just by applying anti-aging creams is not going to help. Okay. So thank you so much. Is Kiran there or she's left? I think she's left. Kiran, are you there? No, she's not there. Anyway. Okay. All right. So anyone wants to add in something? Kuch samajh mein aaya? Kuch decide kiya that we're going to change the way we think and behave? नहीं.
बिल्कुल आया जी, सब कुछ आया. It's so simple.
It was very simple. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So अभी हमने अपने सर को भरना नहीं है with a lot of things. We're just going to empty our heads, and we know the easiest way to empty our heads, that is meditation. What we are doing, simple as that. So we know the secret now of how to empty our minds, how to be more mindful, and eventually we're going to meet our Ikigai inside us. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a lovely day and enjoy your Sunday.
Thank you so much. It was really wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for being
You
there.
have been really kind, and you're telling us everything possible, which we are not taking out any time for that. And now we are learning it slowly.
Yes, yes. We are always in that autopilot, saying that we don't have time. We don't have time. So let's complete that statement. What do we don't have time for? For ourselves? How sad is that? We don't have time for ourselves. That's the most saddest situation. If you remember the cavemen, they used to relax the entire day. All they had to do was, collect food for themselves, protect themselves, and uske baad they used to chill the whole day. And what are we doing? We are just running after what God alone knows. We are collecting a lot of money, which we're going to spend on our health once we have gone beyond 60, 70.
Absolutely.
We are trying to make bank balances so that tomorrow, when we are going to be 70 plus, when we are going to get some ailments, we won't have to depend financially on anyone. I've always believed that even in these health insurance companies, they are surviving on our fear factors.
Correct.
Suppose hum fearless ban jaye and we are so, we understand that we are not going to need all this because we are taking care of ourselves. I think these life insurance companies will collapse. So anyway, let them also survive. My main aim is not to, close down the health insurance companies or anything, banks, things like that. Let them be. But we should be more sensible. Okay, na?
Right.
Yeah. So let us enjoy life in the moment so that hum stress mein aayenge hi nahi, hame problems hongi hi nahi. Let's save all this money and go on a world trip once we are 70, rather than spending it on our ailments. Okay? So this is what the Japanese do. I always used to wonder how come they travel so much at that age. Because they save up, and then once they stop working, they enjoy themselves. They travel the world. So yahi karna chahiye humko bhi. Theek hai na? Okay. Bye-bye. Have a lovely Sunday, all of you, and we meet next time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much,
Bye-bye.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.